Hello, Welcome back to Marissa Yaps. Here on this channel, I do some yapping, and then I talk about a show or a movie or whatever I feel like that day. Today, I'm going to be discussing, recapping, and reviewing episode 2 of season 9 of Love is Blind. If that's something you're into, stick around. If that's not something you're into, still stick around, please. I love the attention. Come on, please. For me. Dude, big shout out to climate change real quick. Like, it's crazy. 82 in the middle of October in the Midwest. Like, shout out. I'll never have to buy sweatshirts again, thanks to climate change. And you know what? I'll be saving a lot of money due to climate change because I'll probably never have to buy clothes again. Because in just a few short years, well, I'll be dead. So, that's awesome. Shout out greenhouse gases. Shout out fossil fuels. Woohoo! You know what? Let's cut the yap and let's just jump right into it. Let's get into episode 2, season whatever I said earlier. My God, why are there so many couples? I feel like they finally, because everyone's always like, we heard there were more couples than you showed. Show us all the couples, even if da-da-da. And I feel like the editors were finally like, you know what? Fuck it. You want every couple we ever have on the show? Okay. It's going to be 1,000 episodes, and you're going to see people talk twice before they get engaged, but we're going to give y'all what you want. It's like when a little kid, dude, when you try to tell a little kid, hey, don't do, you're going to fall, don't do, and they're like, I want to do, no, let me do it. You know what? Do it. And they fall, and they bust their ass, and they cry, and you go, We'll start off where we ended the first episode, with the reveal between Anton and Ally. Overall, goes really well. They seem attracted to each other. They seem like they enjoy each other. They have some kissy kisses. Anton comes out with his glasses headband style, which was interesting. He's inside, but I don't know. Maybe it's like a Russian thing. I feel like that could be Russian fashion. I don't know. What was weird was at the very end when they go back to their separate little doors, he just starts pounding champagne and she's sitting there like waiting for him to turn around to have one last look. Waiting. I think even the producers were like, he'll turn around eventually. Just keep the doors open. He'll turn around. And fucking maybe a whole 5 minutes passed and they were like, go ahead and close the doors. I don't think I think he's drunk. Joe and Madison. You know what? Forgot about this couple already. This is a couple that has talked once, or I don't know. We barely see them. They seem happy enough, I guess. This is a couple that every time they come up, I go, oh yeah, forgot they were part of the show. Madison finally gets up the nerve and the courage to tell Joe that she has this degenerative disease that may cause her to be almost completely blind at some point in life. She said it could progress very quickly or she could live a pretty average life. There's really no telling how it's going to go, and there's no cure. There's no way to treat it or fix it. You can see in the pods, he's like, dude, what the fuck? I thought they were only supposed to have hotties on here. What the fuck? This isn't supposed to be Love is Blind for real. Nobody's supposed to have a disability. That's ugly. The whole time. He doesn't comfort her. He doesn't reassure her. He doesn't empathize. He's not like, oh my gosh, that must be so difficult. That must be so scary to not know how it's going to progress. I care about you regardless. I'll be your seeing eye husband. No, he's just like, really?
Is it something like down the road that will happen for sure?
It's not for sure.
Okay.
Learning about her disability was a really traumatic day for him. But guess what? At the end of the episode, he proposes. So, I don't know. There are too many couples this season. We see all of them talk for 30 seconds, and then they're engaged. So it's the dynamic is weird. You're like, didn't y'all I'm sure they've been talking for days. Which is crazy. They're engaged, but don't worry. They've been talking for days. I'm sure they've talked a lot more than we've seen, but it feels so rushed because we see them be like, my name's Ashley. My favorite color is green. I have a weird thing with feet, not like a fetish, but that I like to eat pasta noodles with my feet. And yes, I'll marry you. Like, that's kind of what we're working with at this point. Nick and Kate. This is a new couple we did not see the first episode. And dude, they clown this man in this edit they show of him.
I want to date a boss lady.
I do it.
You know, I don't want to overly talk about work, but I buy and sell luxury watches. That gives me a very fluid lifestyle.
This is an act. I don't quite believe him.
He has like these cheesy bad pickup lines that he's trying to use on all the girls, and all of them in the pods are like, Netflix, this is the best y'all could find in casting. This is the best Colorado had to offer. This guy. We were watching this and my girlfriend was like, something's off about him. He's either like gay or really Christian. And I was like, but isn't that such a thin line? You know? Kate says she was in a relationship for 8 years and was even engaged at one point, but got unengaged, which is also called the breakup, but I couldn't think of that word. Broke up with the guy she was engaged to because after her mother died, he cheated on her. We have to bring back medieval torture for some people. Not everybody. Not everybody. And obviously not women or children. Just the ones that deserve it. The men. I don't know. Nick just feels very phony. He feels like he's just trying to progress in the show and have a partner at the end. That's all he wants. He just wants somebody, whether to be on to continue on the show or to get validated. I don't know. He's going for anybody that will go for him. And Katie's going to go for him, so he's all in on Katie. Nick and Annie. Another new couple we didn't see last time. Nick to Kate's face, the girl he just talked to her face, the wall, says he thinks she could be the one he leaves here with. And then he goes into this date with Annie and he's chatting her up. And I get it. The point is to date around, but you don't have to tell someone, you know what? I think you're the one. You can date other people in the pods. You should. There's no need to tell someone something. Like, it's fine to date around the pods, but don't tell someone, like, you're my number one. I think you're the one. And then go on dates and, like, talk. The way these two talk to each other, Nick and Annie. We'll get there. Annie's like, I want to be married in a week. A week from now, I want to be down the aisle and married. Which I don't even think is how the timeline works to begin with. I think there's, like a month in between, right? Me looking around for validation in an empty room. And then, dude, the weird... They start talking like... I'll just put in a clip. I can't even describe... I can't.
If you're really feeling it and you just reach over at me and you're like, I need you, like, right now. I'm like, I have the sex drive to be there. I'm even getting a little turned on over here just saying that.
And her laugh, the way she laughs is... You know, they say, like, match made in heaven. This is a match made in hell. Annie also has a connection with a guy named Brennan. Brennan seems fine, actually. I feel like... But especially between the two, like, Brennan's the clear winner between him and Nick. These two, Annie and Brennan, might be the least traumatized people ever on Love is Blind. Like, usually we're getting stories like Edmond and people who've had just not great pasts. These two are like, I had actually a perfect childhood. Everything was happy and healthy, and it's transitioned me well into adulthood. No wonder. I have like 2 bullet points under them. Boring! Oh, you're well-adjusted and happy and healthy? Whoop-de-doo. Good for you. Edmond and I wrote it down phonetically. Kalibriah. I got you, girl. Kalibriah says she's all in on Edmond. She has no interest in anyone else. This is her man, and she means it for once. Hello? Maybe the only woman on here, maybe the only person on here who says they're all in on one person and actually is. Good for her. Kalibriah asks Edmond, like, you know, because he says he has a good relationship with his mom now, even though because of the decisions she made in his childhood, he was in and out of foster care. Kalibriah is like, how did you forgive your mom? Because, you know, I have issues with my dad. He was an absent father, and I don't claim that man. She's Keke Palmer. She said, I'm sorry, I don't know who this man is. I've never seen that man in my life. So she's like, how did you forgive her for what she did? And he just expresses, like, you know, it's in the past. She made mistakes. I've forgiven her. And I'd rather have her in my life than not. And I just love her too much. Very sweet. Very sweet. And I'm seeing scary comments about Edmond in my comments. And I'm seeing people say scary things about Edmond. So I'm prepared for it to get bad. But for right now, That seems really sweet. Calabria also expresses how, like, she feels like she's grieving her father, like grieving a person who's still alive, but you don't know them. They're alive, but it doesn't feel like they are. And I totally understand that. I have, and she would have no problem with me sharing this. My mother has struggled with addiction a lot throughout her life. And there were points in her life that were very, very difficult when she was in active addiction. And I felt exactly this. I felt like I had grieved the death of my mother because I in a way had. Because how she was not the mother that I had before. She was an entirely different person. The person that was my mother before the addiction did not exist. I didn't have my mom, my real mom, for years. And it felt like she was dead. Thankfully, my mom is an extremely resilient and tough person. She's gotten through her addiction. She's, I would say 3 years sober now. I remember going to get lunch with her when she was like a week sober. Like her and me and my brother went, and it was like one of the first times in years, not just like a few, like years, that I felt like I was talking to the mom I had before. And I remember driving home from that lunch and just crying because it felt like my mom came back to life from the dead. Like it felt like, because I didn't have that person in my life for years. She did not exist. It was her body, it was her face, but it was not her. That person had been gone. And I thought they were going to be gone forever. I love my mom and I know how strong she is and how resilient she is, but addiction is hard. And I genuinely did not think my mother was ever going to come out of addiction. So, if you are going through a struggle like that or know anyone that's going through a struggle like that, just, I can't tell you that it'll get better. I don't know if it'll get better, but just always hold on to a little bit of hope that it will. What are we talking about? We're supposed to be talking about dumb stuff on this channel, guys. Sorry. Wow. What the heck? That's stupid. Megan and Jordan. Jordan has some sick tats. Like, I'm not gonna lie. He's got some nice tattoos. I like his tattoos. Megan says she enjoys Jordan. They laugh a lot, but she doesn't know if they're aligned. Because he's broke. Anyways, Sparkle, Megan, and Mike. They talk about mattresses and other things, other expensive things they have, whatever. Megan says she likes Mike because he's confident and composed and well put together and has money. Megan says she likes to sleep with white noise. Mike's like, I can't sleep with white noise. I gotta be able to hear everything in case something's going on. I need to be able to wake up.
So I don't sleep with white noise.
Okay.
And maybe this is like a me thing or a guy thing, but like, if something's going down in the middle of the night, like I want to wake up.
My guy, that's called paranoia. Like, you don't think you'd hear somebody breaking into your house over a white noise machine? Is your hearing that bad? And I know how men sleep like a fucking rock. My dad could have slept through the towers falling if he were in one of the towers. Like, they sleep hard. Megan and Blake. Megan says her connection with Blake might be the strongest out of all of her connections. She also says that her friend who's having a wedding or just had a wedding spent like almost $400,000 on their wedding. So, was this the royal family? Did they also recently throw a comedy festival with a bunch of sellouts? Like, what? Jesus. My God. I'm scrolling. And I'm like, eventually, I'm getting close to the end of the notes, right? No! Because there's 5,000 couples this season. Jesus. Okay, Blake and Anna. My God. Oh, I did like this date. They had a cute, like, camping setup. The rooms looked really cute. And they had, like, a little fake fireplace to make s'mores and shit. Fine, this one was cute. Blake says Anna is his number one right now. And I don't know who else is he talking to? I don't care enough to look. Anyways. And Blake says making out is underrated. And Anna agrees. I know that's right. It really is. It's a lost art form, making out. We need to get back to the roots. Kacie and Patrick. Woo! This one, this one was weird. This one was odd. They both talk about how attraction is really important to them. Patrick kind of expresses that it was difficult for him growing up as the only guy of his ethnicity. Everyone else was white, and that was a little rough. And Casey's hears that, and she's like, well, then what the fuck? Yeah, Kacie hears about his struggles with being of a different ethnicity, and she's just like,
where are you from originally?
And he's hesitant to tell her because he's like, I don't want you to judge me by that, like get this idea of what I might look like in your head. And she's like, well, that's weird. You're being hesitant. That's weird. I want to know. Tell me what you are. But he does eventually tell her he's half Cambodian, half Chinese, and she looks not excited. Not sure. Her words are saying, that's fine. I don't feel any different. My brothers, seems like she basically says like, my brothers fetishize a lot of ethnicities, so that's fine. Her face is saying, oh, no, that's totally fine. That doesn't change how I feel about you at all.
It's like South Asian and Chinese.
Okay.
Have you ever dated an Asian guy before?
No, I haven't.
And then we have Patrick and Anna. They talk. It's cute. They like imitate each other. Like, you sound like this and you sound like this. Sorry, I'm not on the snow. There's cat hair. You saw my cat. I have proof. It's cat hair everywhere, and it always floats in the air and gets in my nose. I'm allergic. Anna expresses how initially things felt kind of just friendly vibes, but now she's feeling more. And she feels like now that they know each other's ethnicities and that they're both at least part Chinese and they kind of connect on that and have never been really attracted to another Asian person, but they are now. That feels like their connection is even stronger and they feel really good. But then for some reason Anna is getting kind of in her head at the end. Like she's expressing that she feels like she's just being shallow, and it feels like things are just kind of catching up to her. Like maybe the pressure of the show and how fast it's going is starting to get a little overwhelming. We end with Patrick saying that he might think Anna's the one and that he knows she wants to get engaged. And he goes into the pod and he's like, Anna, hello? Hello? And nobody's on the other side. Thank you so much for joining me for another recap and what do I call these? Recap and reviews. Of That Was Bind, episode 2 of season 9. Please like, share, subscribe, follow me on all my social medias. Please drop a comment on what you think about this season so far. No spoilers, but let me know what you think about episode 2. Bye bye! Ah! My God!